Yourself and move on. No one called you to be perfect, not even God. God did not call you to be perfect. What did God call you to be? He called you to be holy. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26. And you should be holy unto me, for I, the Lord your God, am holy, and have served you from other people that you should be mine. And if you look up the word serve, it's like whenever you cut a slice of bread. Say you're the left piece and the right piece is the other half. It's mold. It has mold on it. And God is separate. He had to separate you, not only from people, but the things that you were doing, the habits that you were doing. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, do not be deceived. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, it says, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. God had to take you through these trials, these tribulations, because he's building you up. He's building you up for the capacity, so you can have the capacity to carry what you want, the blessings that he's going to give to you. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33 says, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added. You don't have to hide yourself. You don't have to be ashamed of yourself. You have to accept yourself. Accept yourself for who you are, the things that you love to do, the things that make you happy, that bring you joy in life. Because if you don't, when you just try to please everyone, you hear, yeah, oh, you're so nice, this or that. But when the time comes to stand up for yourself, you're gonna be just reckless, because you're trying to better yourself. You're trying to improve yourself. You're trying to reach the goal that you set out for yourself, but you're so caught up on the past mistakes that you did, the past things that you did, and all these subconscious and conscious habits that you have created through your life by doom scrolling, by anything really, the habits that you make. And you have that dream in your mind to get to this certain life, and it's like you're right here, then your dream life is right here, and then your past is right here, and your past is trying to hold you back. But you just have to keep going. You have to keep pursuing no matter what happens in this life, in this journey. Just keep going, believe in yourself, truly believe in yourself. And what does it mean to truly believe in yourself? Yes, in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, and in a lot of the book of Proverbs, James, they talk about the power of the tongue. But you have to keep going anyway. When you don't feel like it, you have to go through those uncomfortable situations. And I'm learning this, and I'm trying to do this right now. And you have to trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust God. Trust in the Lord with all the heart, and lean into our own understanding. That's Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, and that's spoken a lot. You have to release control over your life. And what do I mean by this? Don't try to control everything in your life, because I did this in the past. I would try to control everything in my life, and I'm realizing that the only thing you can just control is yourself. You can't even control the outcome of something that you're doing. For example, say you're on a Chromebook and the Wi-Fi is just loading slow, and you're trying to get a video uploaded, and like that, things apply it to your life. The only thing you control is yourself. And I'm learning that, and I'm growing. I'm trusting in God. I started meditating, really reading the Word at the end of my freshman year, and then I started meditating on the Word like sophomore year for real. And if you don't know what meditation is on the Word, I'm not talking about like meditation where you're like doing the like eyes closed and all that. What I mean by that is Psalms chapter 19, verse 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Meditating on the Word for me is anything that I find interesting in the Bible. I'll just go over and over, read it over and over in my head until I know it. And that's a passion that I have. Not because I want to know every verse, but just because I didn't know I could get so close to God. And it's not about being afraid, fearing God because you want to get in heaven. It's about seeking God because you know he created you. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. If you look into the world, for example, all the lustfulness that is in the world, in 1 John chapter 2, verses 14 through 15, it says, do not love the world or the things of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And this doesn't mean that if you see like a mountainside or a certain sight that you like, it doesn't mean that you can't like that. I mean, what this means is going by the ways of the world, giving into things that are going to lead you further down the line away from God, the lust, the envy, the drunkenness, all these. And it talks about that in Galatians chapter 5, verse 16 through 26, the fruits of the Spirit versus the fruits of the flesh. By this is in 1 John, I'm trying to remember. By this is evident who the children of God, who are the children of the devil. Whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor is the one who does not love his brother. And what does that mean? You hear like, oh, you should practice righteousness in public. Yes, that is true, because you have to rely on God. Be your true self. Express yourself in your way. And I hope you understand this video, because I'm explaining it off of my mind. And I might seem too nice or whatever, but God is working on me. There's like 3 verses that I know of. It's like that one verse in Romans chapter, I think it's Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Be ye not transformed by the renewing of your mind, something like that. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect man. Ecclesiastes chapter 20 verse 7. Indeed, there is not a righteous man on earth who continually does good and who does not ever sin. Trust God with your life and just see where you go. Do what you want to do. Love yourself. Show some compassion on yourself. You need to show some love to yourself. You're giving out love to others, but you're getting tired because you haven't given out any love to yourself. All right, peace.